Guys, so we're here now to do your July 2020. How you doing? Tarot reading and also channel messages. Even though there ain't no channel messages, I'm trying not to write things and just go with the flow as it is. Cancer, how you doing? I just need to make sure that I don't say June instead of July. But I'm hearing Lilo, Dido, the song Dido. But I also heard Tiny Dancer for a lot of yous. LA lady. Seems just for the man. Pretty eyes. Something to do like pretty eyes. Like pretty eyes. Someone has pretty eyes or nice eyes. Okay. But I'm also picking up spies. I'm a spy in the house of love. I know the dream that you're dreaming of. Yeah. So I haven't really got much for you, to be honest. I think that's kind of like coming through as the channel messages. I really haven't got much for you. It's kind of like, well, I ain't got much for you. I'm sorry. So if you're really looking for work, Cancer, like really out there, like looking, it's kind of like, well, we ain't got anything for you. So I don't know why. There's really not much coming through, Cancer. What else have we got? Well, they're still saying that. What else have we got? I don't know if someone's going through like cupboards and things like that, and they're saying, you know what else have we got? And they're kind of like going through the bare minimal. And because I don't know, I keep seeing like a caravan possible or something, and it's kind of like, or I don't know, like a shacking or a shack. So I heard a rack for some reason that came for another reading, but like shacking up with someone, it's kind of like we can shack up, but it's kind of like going through the bare minimals. So I really don't know if a lot of you are like really struggling to find work at the moment. You're kind of like, well, I'm just kind of like looking through the cupboards and they're just all bare. So I don't know if you're trying to replace cupboards. Cupboards. What else have we got? Cupboard, Hubbard, like old Mother Hubbard. I don't know if any of you are like living with a grandparent or something. You know, someone's like old Mother Hubbard. But beloved, my beloved, something to look like my beloved. So some of you are married, or you're actually like in relationships, and you're kind of like trying to scrimp and scrape, going through the bare minimal. I mean, if you're not, this could well be your partner that you're apart from. And it's trying to like go through the bare mins. It's like bare mini, also mini. Could be something to do with Cancer. Oh, you are Cancerian. Mini Metro, something to do with a car, or the name Mini. That actually just came out through Gemini reading, Mini. But they keep saying bare minimal. Bear with me. Like, just bear with me a second. And it's like, okay, yeah, are you busy? It's like, yeah, just bear with me a second. They're like, oh, okay, hold on. It's kind of like putting someone on hold, or you put something on hold. So I don't know if like things are frozen, like bank accounts are frozen, and it's kind of like you're trying to get through to someone on the same wavelength, or you're just trying to reach out to them, and they're kind of like saying, like, can I just put you on hold? Because I don't know if someone's like really like works for the phone company or directory or something, and they're kind of like, can I just put you on hold? You're like, oh, right, okay, I'm on hold, and so okay, just because it feels like that. I don't know, banks and things like that are putting things like on the stop on things, or like the still shit that's going on. It's like everything's being put on hold. It's like, well, we're just putting it on hold at the moment. So, okay, some of you, like, you can't physically, like, still be with your partner because obviously it's still going on out there. And you're kind of like, well, we're just going to have to put this on hold at the moment. So if you've got, like, a future, like, getting married or something, because some of you might be, okay, and you're kind of, we're going to have to put this on hold. Some of you, I can see the Fool card. It could be a Piscean, maybe, okay? And it's this journey, it's this trip, and it's work, and it's everything related to a new beginning of, like, a fresh new start, a new contract, new work, new life, new like, getting back to the new and the old routine is what I'm picking up. Another song, but picking up, back up from the old routine. It's like we need to pick everything back up. We need to pick it all back up. So I don't know if you've had like a long extended period off work, and then through July, sorry, we're not June, we're July, through June now, but I'm doing them for July, that it's all going to pick back up, and it's like, well, we're going through the bare minimals, okay, and but I'm still got this kind of like, you know, where there's this hesitating energy around, and it's kind of like, well, we've got the bare minimal, meaning like we've got a little bit of work, but we really have not got much, and we've got the bare minimal, meaning like you could well only have bare minimal stuff in the cupboards and food and things like that. I don't know if these are going to relate to you, but they're obviously very important. Okay. And then work is kind of like saying, look, we've got bare minimal. We've got just enough to keep everybody that we're employing just ticking over and ticking and going. I'm hearing ticking. I'm also hearing the travel, like to do with cars as well, like travelling expenses, travelling cars or a company, okay, or it's this journey, okay, and it's like ticking people off. And definitely hearing this ticking again, this ticking noise that's coming up through Gemini energy, like a ticking noise, okay, like a breakdown service, or like something is like wrong with a car, or it's just wrong in the connection. It's something just feels wrong. I don't know why. Like it just feels wrong. So someone's being asked to do something that they don't want to do, and it feels wrong. It's just like this just feels wrong. Like I don't know if you're going to take a job or something, or take like hand, like take my hand, like because I'm picking up this physical vision, like just take my hand in marriage or something, or can you just take my hand? And I'm picking up that someone's trying to pull someone out of a pit or pull someone out, and it's kind of like just take my hand before you sink. Okay, so wow, so Summit actually was a message that I didn't do for Gemini, and I did come up with some and summit. Okay, some, like there's some and there's summit, and it's something to do with like a plumber or water, and summer. Like the name Summer, the actual physical, they're saying a child called Summer. Okay, or it is like summer itself, autumn, winter, summer. Okay, and it's like spring break, autumn, all that sort of stuff. But I don't know why I keep visioning this, like just give me a hand, because you're sinking. So there's something that's sinking, like it's either a sink or it's a house that's sinking, and it's kind of like that. Because I keep seeing like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or something that's kind of like subsiding, and it's to do with like the summit, like the weather, and it's made the grounds like I don't know, because I keep picking up on like faulty foundations around you completely, like a faulty towers. Faulty towers. That actually came back on during the coronavirus. They actually aired it again, because I think John Cleese died. I'm not sure if he did or not. Is John Cleese still alive? But faulty towers. So it's like this building or this land, and it's kind of like that, right? Or a house, and it's kind of like we're going through the bare minimal, but this is obviously not be everyone's house, but there's something that's sinking, like it's just sink, and because I keep seeing that someone's got this sink, okay, actual physical sink, and the taps, all that sort of stuff, and all of a sudden it just goes, poof, and it just collapses, and you're like, shit, it just literally all just fell through. So I'm picking up that something's rotting, like because of water, like some sort of water is made, like could be a water sign again, but like the water has been like corroding something that much that after a certain period of time it's just going to go like and it's just going to sink. Now hopefully this is not someone's house, or it's like a sump hole. I mean, we don't really have sump holes and things here, like what do they call it? Well, we do, but we don't have one, which is what do they call it? I forget. But for some of you, it's like the house itself, because I keep picking up like the money pit with what's his name in it, the money pit. Okay, and like there's this house, and there's like so much wrong with it, and it's kind of like, man, like everything seems to be going wrong. We're at bare minimal. It's like the doors need fixing, the summit needs fixing, the sink needs fixing, that needs fixing, and the woman is kind of like, when are you going to get off your backside and do something? Like, what can I do? Because we haven't got no money, we haven't got no work, so what do? What can I do? Unless you do this for a living, and you do groundworks and all that sort of stuff. That's for the men. Well, unless women are kind of doing it. But I don't know where I'm seeing like I hate that name. Jim will fix it, man. Oh. But I'm picking up like a fix it all, like fix it. It's like, I'll fix it for you. And there's someone that's kind of like, I'll fix it. It's kind of like, well, I'll pay, I'll fix it. And it's kind of, well, I'm going down to bare minimal. And it's like, well, I'll fix it for you. So I don't know if you've got someone around you that is very handy and someone that isn't, which is, again, Faulty Towers. Which was like, it just really wasn't very handy at all. Well, that was more All Bessie, which was, well, not Last of the Summer Wine. These are all British shows, I'm sure. Saw. I'm hearing soaring, like saw. Saw. Like, oh, I saw. But, like a saw. Okay, it could be a saw wave, which is music, but like, I don't know, I'm picking up like I'm having to pick up a saw, I'm having to pick up an hammer, I'm having to kind of like do this, I'm having to do it, and I'm really no good at it, so I need someone that's handy. And it's like, well, I've got a friend that can help out. Is that, oh, have you? So what on earth is going to relate to people? Where's your love life in all of this, Cancer? I think you all are in one. Like, well, you're in something, but you're in a hole. It's like, you're like, are you physically living in a hole, Cancer? Because I'm picking up like, I am a mole and I live in a hole, boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm a mole, like mole hill, like a mole hill, or someone has a mole, I don't know, a beauty mark, beauty mole or something. But I'm picking up Adrian Mole as well. That used to be another, some of you from Britain. Adrian Mole, 8 3/4. Used to be the size of his dongalong. And it was a TV show, believe it or not, about Adrian Mole. He used to measure things. Very curious kid that used to be on the TV, put it that way. Adrian Mole. Or it could the name Adrian. I'm actually picking up the name Adrian. Okay, but what else have I got for you? Where's your love life? I don't know. I just think you're in a hole for some reason. Like, some of you, right? This is prison, right? Not obviously going to. This is like, you know when they say, I'm also picking up Capricorn energy now, where it's kind of like, because I'm picking it up like, has anyone ever seen Preacher on Netflix? Not Netflix, not on Netflix, on Prime. It's called Preacher, and there's like 4 or 5 seasons. And in this, they were like in hell, right? They were physically in hell. And they had like the hole as well, which they do in prison. It's just how I'm kind of relating to things, and I see it's Capricorn as well. But like send them to the hole. If you don't do as you're told and you don't do this, then send them to their room or send them to the hole. Okay, so I don't know if there's like a sentence that's looming over someone and they're kind of like, man, I am actually literally just keeping grips of like this case that's coming up of something, and we're in a hole, like we are in a complete and utter jam. My partner's just been sent to prison, possible, and like I'm now in a complete jam because I'm going through bare minimal. And how on earth do I get out of this jam because they're probably in prison going into the hole? I don't know. That's all they keep saying. Into the hole. Into the hole. Chuck them into the hole. That's all they keep saying. Just chuck it into the hole. It's kind of like this big hole that just goes, right? It's like, let's just chuck everything in the hole. Let's just put it in the hole. How on earth is this? Unless you dig holes and you're kind of like, yeah, there's a hole. There's a well, there's a well, there's a way, and there's a hole, and let's just fill it, right? So I don't know if you're waiting on like a windfall of money or a will or something, but there's this hole. This is all keeping up. This is just a hole, and it's like, let's put everything in this hole. Let's just shove it in, and shove it in. I don't know. I'm picking up people on like a bucket and spade, and they kind of like shove it into the bucket and get the bucket and then put it into the hole. The women are not going to be like ground working. So what are you women like shoving your men to work and saying, look, just fill that hole up, bruv. There's like a hole there and there's a hole there and there's a hole. Listen, and then when you get home from filling holes, you got to come home and put all the fills, all the crack in. I mean, how's Phil? Is it all right? Because Phil's cracking is Phil needs his cracking, right? Unless you're called Phil. I'm also picking up the Philippines as well. But you might be filling holes, Phil, right? There might be some Phil or Bill, named Bill. But like someone's going to fit the bill, and like, well, while you're here, bruv, you're going to need to fill all these holes in. So you might as well get some filler and start patching up those holes as well. And then you got like the sink that we need doing at home. So when you get home, just like shovel what you've got here and then shove it all into this hole. Unless someone wants the whole filling, right? But the whole filling, someone's going for a filling. Someone could well be going for a toothache or going for a filling. Some channel messages. If you could well have toothache and that you need to go for a filling, right? Because there's definitely holes that need filling, right? That's definitely what they're saying. So you might work for a dentist, right? Or you need to go to one and you're going to need a filling. But someone needs a right good filling. They do. Someone gets filled right up. What on earth am I seeing? Custard cream and pies and stuff. And oh God, someone's got a right sex life. Someone has. Someone's kind of like, well, I'm going to put whipped cream all over this. And this, what? Unless you're on a diet or you're just suffering with your diet. But I can see, like, I don't know, like a cherry on top and Cherry Hill. On that, what was that? The English fellow done what was the film, man? What was the film? Something Hill. It's from London. Oh, hello there, Pip. Right. But it could be from London or around that way. Nottingham. You might be from Nottingham or Notting Hill or Ferry Hill. Also, that's Cambridge short away, man. That's not that far from me. If you are, hook me up, bruv. But Nottingham as well, from Nottingham. Yeah. So anyway, however they're relating to you, I've got no idea, Cancer. So let's see. So let's look into the past. So very quick, brief discussion. If you haven't seen your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, make sure you watch those. But also, as I'm having to go through everything with everybody, Tier 1, this reading goes to Tier 1 and Tier 2. Okay, I'm on Patreon. If you are interested, on Tier 2, we're going to do your reading in a second. Okay, but on Tier 2, the 1st to the 15th and to the 30th, they all just go straight over to Patreon. They do not come out on YouTube, okay? Channel messages as well. It's just one continuous video for each sign where there's channeling, full reading, everything, bosh, one sign goes to that, and it's all on Patreon. It does tell you. But I'm now going to ask people questions, meaning like I will post something, okay, when it's ready, okay, and I will say something, and it will probably be somewhere along the line that you've got choices in life, okay, and people want to know about their free will. So you have a free will choice. You've got something in mind that you might want to do. And the question can be, if I take this option, option A or door A, what will happen if I take or do this? Can you tell me the answer? And I'll draw 1 or 2 cards just to give you a quick answer. Option B, if I do this or take this option, then what will happen if I do that? There will only be a couple of 3 cards. Whatever you do with that after that is a whole reading. But for just generally for giving people more interest and more things for Tier 2, they are going to be some of the questions I ask. It will change. It might be what's your name, what's your partner's name, a quick few cards of how they think about you, how they feel about you, outcomes, all that kind of stuff. We're going to change, but that is going to be over there if you want to join. Okay, so let's look into the past for Cancer. Let's look into the past. What's been going on over the past for Cancer? Sun, Rising, Venus. Show me where they've been coming from. What's been going on? What has been going on? What's been going on? Ooh, too many cards. Way too many. What's been going on with Cancer? See? They are coming out. Someone's trying to come out of a closet. Someone could be. Okay. Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Moving. Richard Pryor's moving. They turned up. There was no windows. There was no doors. They just bought this land and they went over there, and then all of a sudden there was no doors. There was no windows. There was nothing. That's what I'm picking up. Richard Pryor. Okay, there's a prior engagement. There's a prior engagement that you've been going through where it's like standing at a crossroads. Just I've got no idea. This is out there. Someone's out there looking and searching for something, but they've got options in life that that you've been doing. Let's see, Cancer. What's been going on with Cancer? So, well, I've got happiness. So on one end, I've got Pisces, that's for sure. I've got my home, I've got my love, I've got my life, I've got everything that I want, I've got everything that I need. So what more do you need? So there is nothing. So I'm happy. So I've got the upper hand in the family. Somebody has got something over somebody in the family, meaning like I've got the upper hand in the family here. I've got the upper hand with the Pisces. Could be a very handy Pisces. Okay, but either way, it's kind of like, well, I got the upper hand in the family, so I'm the one that kind of like gets the winnings. I'm the one that gets all the takings. I'm the one that takes the love, gives the love, and also the will. If there is one, it's kind of like, well, I've got the upper hand here because I am the only child. It could be an only child in your family, or you could be the only child and you've got the upper hand for something. Is what I'm picking up, the upper ham, or you could be picking up the ham. Let's see, or the name Pam, or Jan. Hi Jan, but Pam maybe. Let's see, continue on what's been going on with Cancer. Been going on with Cancer, show me what's been going on with Cancer. Okay, so there you go. So basically you've got kids, you've got offer, you've got apology came in, I'm sorry, let's reconcile, let's talk, let's make things better. Very easy breezy, there's nothing to go on. So future predictions is going to be July, but let's look into the present self or Cancer. Something rising in Venus, what's going on presently? What's going on presently? Cancer, something rising in Venus. What's going on in the present moment when they watch this? Present moment. What would be going on in the present moment for Cancerian when they watch it? Okay, so again, children all over the place, man. Or there's just someone who's like got loads of choices and loads of options. These could all be new people that you're going to meet or that you have. And now you're kind of thinking, man, this is my knight in shining armour. Still thinking about the other person though. Slightly curious. Let's see, presently. What's going on presently? Something rising in Venus. Very easy reading. Ooh, and then bam, comes back the person playing a game, playing a mind game. Here we go again. Here we go again with a child. They're caught right in the middle of it. Let's just come up for Gemini reading. Okay, this and this. Same cards. But presently, what's going on is I am trying to avoid you and not speak. This is the don't speak or speak when I want to speak. Don't speak or speak when spoken to. It's like you speak to me like that and I ain't going to speak to you at all. I'm just going to avoid you. You make me think too much, so I'm out. Okay? So I'm out. Don't confuse the situation by talking. There's someone that talks childishly, maybe. It doesn't have to be for everybody. But a child is trying to avoid a mother, or a mother is trying to avoid a child. Either way, that's what that is. That's avoiding a younger person, meaning like, or an older person. Either, doesn't matter. But whatever it is, I am avoiding it. You make me think. But again, you could meet a new person that you've turned around from the Five of Cups. You met a new person and bam, you can't avoid your karma. You can't run from it. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It did happen. And what happened before happened again. Someone got triggered off and they like, oh, I'm the first one out, bruv. I am the first one out. First one to get out. Someone could be trying to get out of prison or come out of something. Let's see what's presently going on with Cancer. Eight of Wands, round Leo energy, 7 and 8, 7 and 8. Again, 2 and 8. I'm in a 2 and 8. Who do I talk to? Who do I trust? Someone just don't even know who to trust. They really don't, because they someone is definitely going for a spiritual awakening, ish. Okay, 7 is where things can get very confusing. 8 is where spirit is trying to pull you in this direction. Someone is trying to get someone to leave somebody. Okay, so there is someone that's in someone's ear telling her, well, why don't you leave them then? Why don't you do this? And, yeah, Chinese whispers is what I'm picking up. Chinese whispers, trying to get someone's attention. Like there might be a brother or a sister or someone that gets all of the attention, okay? And someone tries to get that attention by saying, well, I want all of it. So I want all of the attention and I want all of the communication that has to come to me and go through me first, okay? But you see, someone feels like their brother or their sister, that they don't really trust them, right? That in this energy, it's like what you did before, you did it again. This is a ghosting energy of not speaking to someone. It's kind of like, well, if everything doesn't go my way, I'm literally just not going to speak to you, right? So you're going to have to look at your family dynamic of who's right and who's wrong. But again, there's more like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to do something completely daft and stupid, okay? and just shut down and not speak to you until you give me what I want. Okay? So that presently seems to be going on, but this person here could also be a Leo or air sign. Leo or air sign, they could have that in their chart as well. They could be a brother or a sister or a younger person. They're caught also right in the middle of a relationship, probably themselves. I don't know how this is really relating to you, unless this is you, because a 7 is a Cancerian as well, because it's a 7. So, can't make up my mind. I don't know whether I'm a Leo, or whether I'm like single with a new person, or like whether to believe my brothers or sisters. Who do I believe? Because there's a lot of like, I don't know who to believe. Because the 7 is kind of like, if you talk to me like that again, I don't want anything to do with you here. Because that's talking, and that's how you communicate. And how you communicate at the moment is like, if you don't give me what I want, or you don't say how I want you to speak, or you like don't trust me, well then don't have anything to do with me. Right? So your communication, of how you're communicating, is not really the best, really. Because someone avoids things of how you talk with one another. If this is your partner, is this your partner? Well, it's kind of like, well, you know, we talk now and again, but if you ain't going to talk to me, I ain't going to reach out. And it's kind of like, well, I ain't going to reach out either. It's kind of like, no, like an energy of like, well, I don't know whether to speak to them or not. I want them to speak to me first. And if they don't speak to me, I'm still going to think about it. I've still got a connection with them, but let's see. So show me now for July for Cancer, Sun, Rising, Venus. 6 of Cups, definitely happening in the family, like I said here, brothers, sisters, people around, okay? But again, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. To a new person or the person, meaning that we can only see each other now and again. That's as much time as I do have in order to come and see you. Is the time that, because we're in separation, is that I've just got this amount of time in order to come and see you, and that's all I've got, and that's all I can do. Okay, there's that energy too. But then in that energy as well, this person is still conflicted around brothers and sisters. Communicating with their mum as well. Let's see. Continue on this reading, please, for July or Cancer. Ten of Wands, at home, moving. Family could be moving. Your family, you might see your family looking at packing everything up and getting out, moving altogether. Meaning, well, if we've got all bare minimum, we've just packed everything away and we're now off. We've got everything all stored up. It's all in the storeroom, all in the store cupboard. It's all stored. I keep picking up an Astorian or an Astoria or a story. But someone's packed everything up. They've got it all in like lockers and places and they're ready to move, right? So you're ready. The family are up and packing. So if you're a Cancerian and you have anybody in your chart, obviously, you might see that your family are moving. And there's now a lot of like, well, I've got a kid and I've got a child. So how am I going to rely on the family, but then also be able to trust what's going on in my own relationship with the person that I could have a child with? And our communication is now where I'm having to can only really reach out to you on the phone. That's all I can do, is just talk to you on the phone. That's it. That's either your family or your partner, but someone could be very conflicted of whether they actually want to stay with a partner or their family. Meaning, well, I'm sort of staying with the family, and I'm also sort of staying with a soulmate that I have kids with. But we don't really trust each other. And if we don't really trust each other, when things don't work out, I go back to the family and ask them, but they're actually moving. So if they're moving, where do I belong in all of this? Where am I going to end up? Homeless? Homeless? Or do I go with the family, or do I stay with the soulmate? Let's see. An Aquarian. Well, I could stay with a family. I could stay with an Aquarian. You see, my dream and my wish is that I could have my own place. That's really what I just want, is a nice family home of my own, where I don't have to live with the family and I can just live with my partner. But the minute I'm torn between two families or two places is all I can really see. Is that someone's wish is that they would just wish that this person would move or stay. It's kind of like, well, I would just wish you would stay put and just like either move in or move out. But what are you doing? You know, are you staying here? Are you like living here? This could be a lodger as well, like Laura. I'm hearing Laura or lol or lodger, a lodger, like someone that lodges, like I don't know, like a travel salesman as well, and people that just stay in like a travel lodge. So they're going through bare minimal, and there isn't a house. It's right here. That's what I can see, and that's the bare minimal. That it's like from travel lodge to travel lodge to travel lodge, or it's like lodger, like an actual lodger where you have a home and you have like someone in it, and they're a lodger, and you don't. Well, you can't. You sort of get on. You sort of get on, but I think you sort of get on each other's nerves as well. Like, I don't know if these are brothers and sisters that are living together, or brothers. I'm sort of also seeing. But I am definitely picking up like a travel lodge, and someone's kind of like from home, like home from home. Like they go out to work and they stay at work, and they do a travel lodge thing, and then they come back to the family here, but your partner, you're not with. Is that right? That you're together, but you're not with them, and you've got family and everything here that supports you and everything that you got, but when it relates to your partner, you're not on the same wavelength of how you talk to one another. So someone's kind of like that. Well, I'm going to go back here to the family. Yeah, where I get my need met. Where I get my needs met is meeting my match of what things that I need and that I want. I get them met. So you met your match with a person, because they're there for the taking. That's all there for the taking. The opportunity of a lifetime is right there, is what they're saying. The move of a lifetime, meaning this could be destiny that's written that your family is going to pack up and move, or it could be a holiday. But for most of you, I'm picking up like it's written that way. That this whole thing is what they're saying is written that way. But it's written that someone is moving, like physically packing up all their stuff, and it's to do with taps, sinks, channeled messages of water and summit and all that kind of stuff. And like, it's time now that we leave the family home behind and we move out, which is like your partner of like, leave the family and come and stay and live with me. Or that is the future that is going to be future, where the plan is there for your partner to keep working, to get you a family home, for you to eventually be together where you can stay together. And that's the plan, Stan. That's the plan, is that this person individually is working extremely hard to make things at work, but they might have it slightly easy for some because they live with family that support them. But it's not easy work or labour of what they do, and they do it for you. They do it for you. So, well, there's that. So they're doing it for you. So this is kind of a future plan of where there could be an engagement or a marriage, or there could be like a physical like move. And then your timeline then is going to start where you are either going to decide to move with a family and stay, or stay with them until you can afford to get your own place. And then the future's going to be written about being with your partner, of what you're talking about, of where you're having to go left towards the family, back towards the partner, or just physically only being able to talk to them and probably just see them on the internet, meaning you do FaceTime. Okay, so you're FaceTiming your person and speaking to them, but that's the only time that you get to spend there, but you spend most of your time here, which is with a family, or with the family. Okay, so have I read everybody's mind? Maybe, I'm not sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Patreon, guys. If you want to join, like I said, tier 1, tier 2. Everything else after these monthly readings, they will go to only tier 2. This one goes to tier 1 and tier 2, okay? And the questions will also be added through for the month, but for only tier 2. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out from the link below, or you can follow Lucid Dream Tarot Music if you're interested in the music that I do. I've got to update that very soon. And anything that can be found below, or even over on Patreon, where you can just read up and see what I offer. But I have got to update it now and again. It just gets more and more and more. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Hopefully see you on the other side.